Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
I don't want to start the week with an argument.
No?
But, you know, you are such a conjurer. You really are. I'm having like these technical issues with the video screen, and
Right.
Rob is having technical issues with his audio. And and
I'm
Josh
so glad.
is,
I agree with you right now. I'm on board with you.
I am trying to get Josh to help, but Rob is trying to get Rob is so totally oblivious to my technical issues because he's absorbed with his own. And then at the very end, when I've got one little thing I want to think, I come back to Rob and he's chuckling. He said, "I was just asking how I looked." And I am so mad at you right now because
don't
you
be
are
mad.
you're so you about that. You just negated the previous half hour of what happened.
Now, Mike,
and it
to
drove
be
me
fair,
nuts. Yes,
to be fair,
please be fair, because my blood my blood pressure is elevated this morning at the beginning of the week.
While you were getting set up in your vacation home, Rob and I were dealing with technical issues on Rob's
Prior
end
to
before
me
you hopped
arriving,
on. Yes,
because I was messing around with virtual backdrops because we're going to be I don't want to tip the hand here, but we are going to be doing some things this week that you'll probably understand afterwards.
Right.
Why I was messing with the green screen, but because I did that this morning, I realized that my green screen backgrounds were limited to a very limited number of access to a limited number of backdrops. I have not set up my system for that, and
I'll
didn't
send
think
you some non-holiday backgrounds.
that would be. I can. It would be much better if we just. I got my tutorial right and I figured it all, and I'll be able to do that after the show. That's neither here nor there. But then I'm hearing. On the other end, I'm hearing this. I'm hearing hello, 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 and of course, hello. And that's Rob, right? Because you were having some.
I'd like to apologize.
Rob? Can you
Now
turn
you're
yourself
far
up
away.
or talk into your mic?
I would like to apologize.
Yeah, turn
That's
your
still
volume
far
up.
away.
God, this damn thing.
I mean, you're the only
1, 2,
guy in
3,
your house,
check
and you
1,
don't
2,
use
3.
the studio all weekend.
I know, Mike, but still.
I know, Mike.
It was off this.
Just trying to get to how I looked.
And
All right, now he's
now-
he's having more technical issues.
No, I can hear you.
no, you just got to turn your volume up. Can you turn yourself up so we
I
can hear
can.
you too?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's better.
Okay.
You want more, Mike?
He might want to do a reboot with his audio.
Well, it's right now. It's just a volume level.
Okay, can he turn the volume up?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm testing
Yes.
1,
Is that
2,
better?
3.
That's much better. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now,
There
Mike,
was-
Rob threw me off on the opening by going with the sound effect before playing the Mike O'Mara Show theme.
Right, the
So,
vibrator,
The
sound
vibrator
effect?
sound effect,
Did you-
because I thought, something broke.
I didn't
And
break
you
anything.
are up there in St. Augustine. Rob's outside of D.C. I'm down here in South Fort Myers, and we're both dealing with a technique, and neither one of us could give two shits about the other person. But I'm used to that. I'm used to having no help except from one person. So that's what I'm trying to get done. And at the same time, so at the end, I said, Rob, can you just wait a minute? I want to just check one last thing. And I come back after rebooting mine, and Rob's doing this.
Not true.
I just wanted to see how I looked.
Not
and like
true.
I'm the needy one.
No. Mike, I would like to apologize for getting mixed up in I thought you were pretty much set. It was a moment of silence.
What
and
gave you the impression I was pretty much set?
You had your background up and you were tweaking it. You were going to download another background.
Yeah.
There was a moment of silence. And I just asked because we had an issue on Friday and I wanted to make sure that had been corrected. That's all.
What issue?
The flashing microphone.
Yeah, the flashing light. That's what we were asking about.
Yeah, I know.
So-
But that was not the whole problem. The problem started with you had like multiple problems today.
Yeah, the problems
Yeah.
were multifold. And I guess that the problem is that when that
Now he'll
panic,
be now, ladies and gentlemen. If you know the ABCs, he will try right now to make it sound like there aren't any real problems, and
No, there is
answer
a
with
problem.
clip short answers.
I think the answer is
look like a barbarian.
no.
when I have to help you technically, we put the other guy in the green room. The other guy can go in the waiting room.
The other
Bring
guy
in
has
one
a
at
name,
a time.
by the way. You can call
And-
me Rob. That's fine.
Well, no, I'm saying both ways. Rob, when we're working on your stuff, I got to put Mike in the waiting room.
Okay. But I just want to apologize, Mike, and I think you can agree with me that
Well, I will say that on this particular show, there are two individuals who put zero effort into technical activities. And that sometimes rears its ugly head when we both have problems at the same time.
It does.
That we have waited till, that's right, showtime to deal with. Because there's nothing done over the weekend. In a technical sense, the green screen I put up in back of me arrived, I believe, Thursday. And when did I put it in? At 8:35.
oh, this
Rob, when I join every day, is testing video at after 8 a.m. when we tape at 8:15. So with 15 minutes to go, would that be accurate? Usually,
yeah, about.
right. And so that might be the problem.
It
That
could
we
be
just-
the last
we-
minute nature of it, but what I was trying to say before is
of
I do
it
want-
or of you.
what's that?
The last minute nature of it
No,
or
of
you.
me. Of me,
Because it's
Mike.
the last nature of
Of
me.
both of you.
No, it's
Both of us.
I think
Absolutely.
well, it's a proud tie then, but I do want to apologize because I was, when something goes wrong, and on Friday when I shut down the
I haven't
board,
even had time to get my Christmas tree taken down.
I just shut it down, and I assumed it would be the same when I woke up this morning because I haven't touched the audio end of it. And when it comes on and it's wrong, you panic because you don't know. And you said it yourself. We're not technically oriented, so
you could be working on it right now, and you could be doing it for 3 hours, and there would be no reason to panic. Because when you say panic, what would be the worst case scenario? I'm
Death.
not going to fire you. Josh and I are not going to leave you abandoned.
The very fact that you say that
after
makes me worry,
35
Mike.
after 35 years.
Obviously, the thought
No,
came
those
to your
days have
mind.
passed. I need you now. I need you. I like working with you. So there's
Just
no
not
need
this
to-
morning.
when you do you were just the picture of that after all of that when you chuckled at me and I came back from the sweats of getting, and I'm not panicking. I'm just getting. I know that I'm keeping you two waiting, and I'm trying to get my stuff fixed.
Maybe I misspoke when I said panicked. You feel like a burden.
There's
if you keep the other
responsibility
people
to your
waiting.
coworkers, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And I feel the same thing to you guys when I'm doing this, But I was really excited because of the projects that I can't talk about, and I hate about it because there's another thing we have to announce today that we will get to. But I had to vent.
give me
I
5
had to
days.
vent because I am so mad at my mother. No, I had to vent. So.
Well, and I'm glad you did. And I'm
'Cause
sorry
it was
I
tough
stepped.
driving up to the cabin this weekend. I was not, I all I wanted to do was just have a little winter during winter before the spring comes. And
Did you bring the
that's why I'm
wreath, or
up
did
here.
you buy the wreath there?
The wreath has been part of my family for years. It's artificial, and so is the tree. As you can tell, it doesn't look like a real tree.
I thought the wreath was real, but it was still a part of your family for years.
No, it's
So
a
dry.
plastic wreath, and we're having a little weather up here, and
Sure.
in Colorado, and we're really it's.
How
it's
long
good
of a
to be
drive
here.
is that?
It's 43 hours.
Wow. And you got that done this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend, left on Friday.
Break it up at all, or did you just go straight on through?
I don't want to talk about it anymore. But anywho, it's here we are. Welcome to the microphone. Sorry about that. Sometimes I just can't help myself. And when I get chuckled at, like in that way, well, he's being so unreasonable. That just
No,
I don't think.
don't think you're reasonable in that assumption. I wasn't chuckling at you.
What were you and Josh chuckling about when I had no idea? You said
That we were done.
because I came back. I said, "What are you chuckling about?" He said, well, I just wanted to see how I looked,
Yeah.
and it was like, he's so upset.
No,
That's what,
no.
Well, what was it then? Well, what was it? How did I misinterpret it?
It was one question earlier, and we got it resolved about how I looked. He said, "You look fine."
What were you chuckling about?
That it was over. Everything was fixed.
It was already done.
All right. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I just felt like I was being mocked. And
No, you're
again,
not being mocked at all.
Yes, I was.
Now,
yes, go ahead, Josh.
well, I was going to suggest that we move on, and
I feel like I've said my piece, and Rob has sort of said his piece.
Good.
It
And
was just a tough day.
I was telling Kelly over the weekend that it will be a miracle if we can get through the next 5 days without Mike dropping hints about the next announcement.
Right.
So,
and I already did, right?
No, you're fine.
Technically,
You're fine.
what I said
You're
was
fine.
kind of dropping.
No, you're fine.
Because I am excited.
But I thought why not go ahead and make the first announcement?
Wow.
So you can
First
let that one
announcement,
out.
we did. We gave a heads up to our bonus show subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
but we are here to tell you today that announcement is for everybody today, and that is a wonderful new enterprise at the TMOS Industries, which is a coffee product, not a coffee product, coffee. It's called Charlie's Choice.
Yes.
And it is fantastic. I've got a half a cup back in my living room here at the cabin because it is so perfect. And Charlie's Choice is now available. And what does Charlie always say about it, Rob Spiewak?
Charlie says,
Oh, you got him locked up in a closet somewhere.
He seems to
he's
be in
very
the background.
muffled
I don't
and
know where
quiet.
he is.
And here's the nice packaging.
That's Charlie's Choice. We are delighted that you bonus show subscribers who had early access to the Charlie's Choice grabbed your fill of it this weekend. We thank you for that. And it's available at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And Charlie says it's...
"Oh,
Yeah, see, if I'm patting, that would mean no, he's not available.
Still can't hear Charlie.
Charlie's Choice.
There it is.
It's good to the last sip.
That's Charlie. It's a well-oiled machine here. Charlie's Choice is a wonderful product. It is a product that the three of us developed with our taste buds, and it is really fantastic. Josh became aware of a wonderful coffee company in St. Augustine, Florida, that has worked with us for about the last couple of months to develop this coffee, and it's fantastic. You can get it in ground and bean. Am I right about that?
Yes. And it's roasted 3 days before they ship.
Yep, and it's fresh, and it's they send it right to your door, and you're gonna love it. Let me tell you all about Charlie's Choice. We all have our morning. There it is. We all have our morning routines, and while TMOS is at the top of many people's morning to-do list, it does get edged out by coffee. You gotta have coffee, ladies and gentlemen. So we combine the two for something new you can brew. Yum, yum, yum. It's Charlie's Choice coffee. It's available in whole bean or fresh ground. Get a one-time order or save money with a subscription and get our exclusive Charlie's Choice blend delivered right to your door. Charlie's Choice.
Charlie's Choice
Is slow roasted in small batches in St. Augustine, Florida, and approved by TMOS. Support small businesses and enjoy Charlie's Choice today.
Charlie's Choice.
Get yours at the TMOS store at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Start your day right with Charlie's Choice because it's
Charlie's
good.
Choice.
It's good to the last sip. Do we have
It's good to the last sip.
Do we have music for Charlie's Choice by any chance?
you're not hearing it?
No. That's really quiet.
Is it there now?"
And we
I
thought the
think my
technical issues were
fucking fix
gone.
of my board fucked up my iPads. Stop that. But you were hearing Charlie's Choice.
Yes.
Yes, we heard that.
Terrific.
Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody.
We'll see you Tuesday.
We'll see you Tuesday. Thanks. Thanks.
No,
so
we should be
very
fine.
much. I did two things last night before I went to Dreamland. For years and years, the very beginning, one of our very first sponsors was Sleep Number Beds. And the Sleep Number bed has a little remote that you can adjust the firmness of the mattress. A really wonderful product. Always been thrilled with it. Wish they were still a sponsor. They are not sponsoring this podcast. They did for a very, very long time. Love to get them back sometime because I do love the product and I use it. What I didn't do was adjust the Sleep Number setting for a very, very long time. And I became aware of the fact that you got to, because it's an air-based product, you have to occasionally get on and tweak it and reset it. And I'm going to tell you something. I did it last night, and I cannot believe I didn't do it sooner because uninterrupted, blissful 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep, which for me is really, really good. I was really excited. However, with that sleep came a vivid dream. About as vivid a dream as I have had in a long time. Vivid to the extent Carla was going to get up at 6:30 because she's having. I'll talk about it later. She's having a process done today that she allowed me to talk about, and it's nothing big, but it's interesting. It's elective cosmetic surgery that she will be having
so
today.
Many people that have been associated with the show have elected to
Yes.
have elective surgery.
It's elected, which is another way for saying not covered. So that's it. What did I get here? Hold on.
And a little vein.
All right, let me see.
Just a little vein.
Okay, so that was nothing. I thought maybe there were more pictures of Joe Biden with bruises on his face, but that's neither here nor there. So I go to sleep, and I went out. It was a busy weekend, lots of schlepping Michael around, lots of tournaments, lots of stuff going on. Very, very busy for me, and I know I went deep because I had as vivid a dream as I have ever had in recent memory, and the dream.
Did you remember
centered,
it, all of it? Because sometimes you wake up
I
and
remember
you can almost
bits
feel like
and pieces of
like
it.
dreams that when you wake up, you can almost feel them like picking up a handful of sand. They disappear before your very eyes.
Most of the time that happens. This one, I was desperate to tell somebody about it because I wanted to tell Carly. Didn't write anything down, so I'm working off memory here. And then I looked it up because it was a flood dream. It was a dream that involved a flood. Mm-hmm. And it says if you're having a flood dream, you're feeling overwhelmed, out of control. Well, there have been many, many times in my life I felt overwhelmed and out of control. This doesn't happen to be one, although we have our challenges like everybody. I certainly have had other times in my life when I went through my divorce, when my dad died, many, many different times in my life where I felt overwhelmed. So I'm reading about why you have a flood dream. I guess it's the wave of problems coming onto you. But that was not it. But it was so vivid. I was at a beachside town. And it was a beachside town that was kind of out on a peninsula. So it had, much like Fort Myers Beach, a bayside or a riverside and an ocean side.
Like Ocean City.
It was really just vivid to the extent where I was at the beach, and I know that that the waves started coming in a little forcefully, and we moved off the beach, and I said something along the lines, well, it's a good chance for the gang. There's a ton of people. It's a good chance for the gang to get a lunch reservation or go get something to eat. Not lunch or dinner. Yes.
Okay, just so as we paint the picture, did you know the people and do we know the people who were there, or is it just a lot of people that were like faceless?
One guy I play golf with who is not even a close friend of mine, but he's an older guy and he's fun and he does a lot of things, kind of like a cruise director. Very nice man. Know him to say hello. A pleasant exchange with him every time. Like him. And he's at the table, this long table, almost like a wedding banquet table.
Yeah.
At the restaurant we choose, and we're moving away from the beach. And this is only the part of the dream I remember.
Do you know the beach, or is it a mythical
I have
beach?
no idea. It's a totally,
Made up.
has no bearing in reality. And on the riverside is where the restaurant is, and suddenly the river starts to rise, and it's coming into the restaurant. I said, oh, we got to pick another location. And I say, because there are lots of people at this table, and I think maybe my family was there, like my extended family was there. And I go, I leave that restaurant. It's a real narrow little street. It's a little peninsula. It's a little area. And I go down to another restaurant to see what's happening. And
Because that's what's important. While it's flooding, let's go. I still got to eat.
Yeah. Isn't there a buckets on this peninsula?
No, the gist of the dream would be as follows. I think that I am not aware yet of how significant this is, that this is a real problem, because now I've experienced both the ocean side and on my way. No, so I go to the other place. And at this point, I'm looking and I see bigger waves across the way that are really hitting the beach. And I'm like, well, the owner or the maitre d' or the waitress or whoever at the restaurant, we're going to have to evacuate.
Right.
We're going to have to evacuate. And at this point, I go over to the beach, and I see there are live crabs flopping around with the beach, like that tsunami type of thing where you have that. And I said,
You can make your own
God.
dinner now.
This is really, really looking very, very dangerous.
Dire.
And I move back to close to the riverside, and at that point I look across and I see that foamy, like we're going to get whacked. And I find, and I'm talking to another person. I don't know who it is. And the dream ends where I'm grabbing a wooden post and holding on because I'm going to get whacked by the flood.
Very Gilligan's Island-y. The fact that you would strap yourself to a post to avoid it.
Well, no, it's more like the who is it? Oh my, the Australian actress that was in that tsunami movie. Oh my God,
Nicole Kidman?
Not Nicole Kidman, the other one. That she does a lot of disaster movies, but she was in it, and it's about the Thailand tsunami, and she holds on to like a telephone pole or something, and that's how she survives. And God, I wish I remembered her name.
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts, thank you. Naomi Watts was the person, and it was. I woke up not in a panic, not upset, but just holy magoli, was that vivid. And
a little wet.
What's that?
Did you wake up wet?
Damp.
It wasn't that kind of dream, Josh. Come on, give me a break.
He's talking about sweat, Mike. Come on.
So that's it. I did that, but I don't feel necessarily overwhelmed but then the show started, and look what happened. I was overwhelmed by everything, and Rob was overwhelmed by everything. So throw that together, and it's just a total overwhelming cocktail that we have.
It's
I
a shame
was
you
stunned.
couldn't mix real life with your dream, because your sleep number bed would float.
But the whole reason I thought about this later, that the bed is because I dreamt like that so deeply because I got such deep sleep.
You were
And as
REMing it, yeah.
And as I said here today, I feel remarkably refreshed and ready to go, which is just a strange thing. So that's it.
Did you add anything to your system to help you fall asleep last night?
No.
Very
As a matter of fact, yesterday
it could
was
go
sober
in many
day.
directions.
It was sober day because Saturday was not sober day.
Oh.
Saturday
Saturday?
was day drinking after the tournament was over. After
How'd you do in the
my
tournament?
match, I was you have 4 matches, 9-hole matches, and I was 3-1.
That's good.
But our team lost, so we didn't win the whole. But it was a lot of fun. And then in the last match, because I was playing against a guy who's a friend of mine, I kind of chilled and had a few high noons. And because I had a few high noons, I was feeling very relaxed. And because I happened to play better, I guess I relaxed a little bit. I won that, and then I continued, and then I. By the time I was done, I had like 2 or 3 drinks, and then hung out and watched a playoff. And by that time, it was 2 hours later, and I was not hungover, but I was not feeling the effects. And then it was off to the rest of my day.
So the 3 drinks, is that enough to make you hit some times where you're playing out of the woods, or did it?
No, it actually helped, which is very strange. I've had a sore wrist, so I was. Maybe that had to do with the wet dream. I'm not sure.
Stop it! And I hate that word.
Well, yeah, I know you're
It's a
weird.
gross
about-
phrase.
Yes.
But how were the mini crab cakes?
The ones that we made from the dying crabs.
No,
on the beach.
at your tournament.
Didn't have any. Didn't have any.
Okay, so all
In fact, the
drinking
last day was
on the
deli
course.
sandwiches, so kind of disappointed. kind of disappointed.
6 foot sub.
And the first night I didn't go because I had a baseball game to go to, and baseball, watching my son takes priority over everything when I can. But I made these commitments early on, so I missed his minor league game, but I got his major league game with a base hit over the third baseman, landing in left field, which was just delightful.
So
and
Friday night was just like a social thing for the tournament?
Saturday night. Friday night was a Thursday night was a banquet for the tournament.
I think they throw that word around.
It's just a lot going on.
Loosely.
It's a lot going on. And then there's more going on this weekend, and then there's more going on the following weekend. I'll talk to you about it off air. It's not this week, but next week. But it doesn't affect the show.
Like the first weekend in March or the second?
Yes,
weekend
first weekend in March.
Well, you're having a big weekend that weekend, and I'm having a big weekend that weekend as well.
Well, that follows. What are you having? What?
Going to see another Elvis impersonator.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, you made me nervous there because I thought based on the beginning of the show you'd be flying somewhere or something. So that's not happening, right?
You know I don't like to leave my home.
Okay, all right. But that's so that's it. That's all I have. It was a very strange occurrence. If anybody, I do like it when our listeners do tend to reach out with alternative theories about what's happening. Perhaps there's some angst about my wife, who is going to have a surgical procedure done today. I said, is it okay if I can talk about that? And Carla's confident enough where she doesn't mind talking about it. It's called a blepharoplasty. That is where they take the puffiness that's under the eyes, the fat that's under the eyes, and Carla's had it since she's been in her 20s, and they're getting rid of that. It can be above the eye or it can be below the eye. This is going to be below the eye, and they are knocking her out. So after this show is over today, she took my car because our car is getting serviced, so I will be taking an Uber to the surgeon's office.
Is this the day? Well, the car gets serviced and Carla gets serviced, and
everything's getting serviced at once. Everything's getting serviced.
Are they
going to
put the fat anywhere? A lot of times when they remove fat,
no,
they put
I don't
it
think
other
there's
places.
nearly
In a
enough
jar.
under here that could be done. And I think really when you get to be my age, there are a myriad of things that you could do. I know physically I could do just buku things. I watch a lot of the turkey neck videos that they have because I got a hell of a turkey neck.
I know that she's not going to get much fat out of Carla's eyes, but if we were to fix your neck, we could make a change purse. That
Because
would
of
be
the
great
skin.
on the store, yeah.
That and I will tell you I could get the veneers and the neck, but I'm 65. I'm gonna be.
Don't get the veneers. They
sooner.
never look right. They always look like, Dionne Warwick. Don't do it.
No, I would make sure they didn't. But that's
people
neither,
say that going in.
here or there. But to make matters worse, our other guy has just discovered doctors, Josh Soroka, who has discovered
Yes.
that after 6 years or something like that.
I think it was 5 years for the dentist.
5 years for the
And
dentist.
I was told it was 3 years for the doctor.
3 years for the dentist. But you're
That's
a
not
young
bad.
guy. I can
That's
see
not
where.
bad considering that we went through a plague.
Well,
Because you
and-
didn't do a lot of doctoring and a lot of
You say it's not bad.
plague.
With supreme respect, you are the last person I would refer to as far as timetables for getting health care.
Well, the problem is she set me up 3 years ago by saying everything's perfect. So then why would I want to go back?
This is your
The
general
doctor.
practitioner?
Yes. If
No,
she
you
said
must
that-
mean a nurse. Doctors aren't women.
If she said I'm perfect, why would I go back and just keep telling people I'm perfect?
Don't mess
Do you
with
think
it.
since we all have three general practitioners, and they are all varying degrees, in my humble opinion, of it's fine. I believe most general practitioners, probably the thing they say the most, it's okay. I get that impression. A lot of tests are done. I certainly, with my weight loss, have improved my health. I know Rob, with his lifestyle changes, has dramatically improved his health. He was near very dire straits with his health. But early on, wouldn't it be safe to say you also had the GP that was kind of like, it's all right.
Well,
Don't worry too much.
It was never all right. He said, you need to change this, you need to change this, you need to change this, and you need to cut down on your drinking. The problem in that relationship is me. He was never saying everything was all right. There was more urgency when I started throwing up blood. Then I started to see his point.
So
so
see, I always kind of think that in order to in order to really pursue health, you got to kind of be your own advocate. You got to worry a little bit. I think that's good for you. Josh, obviously you have been concerned enough where you decided to revisit your healthcare provider.
No. I just decided I am. It's been 3 years. I'm going to get healthy this year and make sure I'm healthy. So I went.
Were you told to get healthy this year by anybody?
What?
Were you
was
told
I told
to get healthy?
No, I was not. But I
the missus didn't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Elbow you in the ribs or anything like that?
I mean, she's told me to go to the dentist and the doctor the entire time we've been married.
Mostly the dentist, I would guess, because you have to kiss her.
That has not been a problem. More of just the timetable between visits.
Another tooth fell out.
Got to take care of it.
So this past week I went to the doctors, and today I have to go give blood work for them to do all those tests. And I got a referral on Friday for a colonoscopy.
All right. All of this is preventative maintenance.
It's all preventative.
And all of this is going to benefit you, and I think it's a smart thing to do. And by the way, that particular device Rob is playing right there, I don't want to say I've quit entirely, but let's just say I'm not on a regular course of treatment with that anymore.
Really?
No.
Now it's just if the mood hits you.
Have a few drinks.
Wow. Somebody took the funny pills today. My God. So you are getting your blood work.
Yes.
I'm happy that you are doing that. I'm very happy that Rob has gotten himself healthy physically.
Friday, I also went and saw an endodontist.
So that's serious dental work, right?
That is where you go for a root canal that's gone bad over the years.
And that is can be a painful experience.
He gave me the option, we can redo the root canal, but it really won't get to the infection. So you could also just do an implant.
So you're
that's
those
the
are
best.
my two options.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
I'm leaning towards implant.
Are you just nursing an infection in your head right now?
I don't know. Nothing hurts. I didn't know I had an infection until this
Nothing
guy
hurts.
told me.
Nothing hurts.
Nothing hurts, baby.
But when the
the
endodontist or the dentist says, we've got to get to the infection, that means it's in there. I mean,
Yeah, but
does
he
that
also
not
said-
concern you? That would flip me out. Did he give you any antibiotics or anything?
No, he told me the infection was there probably before the last root canal. And
Wow.
it's a 10-year-old root canal.
A 10-year-old infection.
What if you get that infection cured and like your hair changes, goes flat, everything changes?
Falls out.
Right.
And
It's
all
like
that.
or as suddenly I can hear clearer.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I think it's great. I think I am an advocate for regular maintenance. Of course, easy for me,
Right.
Before they take it away, because I'm on the system now, and I'm very excited about that. And I try but I am not on a dental program, and I probably am. I'm probably a couple of months overdue on my situation because I didn't really like the last dentist. I'm still
You have a history.
I'm still
man.
searching for. I do. I'm still searching. I think they are the most. And I shouldn't say this because I got a good friend who's a dentist. A couple of them. But I will say that the ones I found down here with the Ritz-Carlton style offices that they all have down here.
Lots of white marble.
I mean, come on. I just feel like it's. I feel like. That's inflation has taken a ride on dentistry like no other profession, and I just I always feel like they're in the pie. Well, you know what we could do? It's like, okay, here it
You
comes.
know who else has
Ka-ching,
been-
ka-ching, ka-ching.
You know who else has been affected by inflation is sleep number beds.
Yeah, probably
Because
beds
you
back
have to
even the
inflate
last
them.
time. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you're trying to do the inflate joke.
sleep number beds are.
Inflatable.
And I see,
thought you were talking about the cost.
Right. No, the cost of everything's gone up. And I see in the chat they're saying I'm too young for a colonoscopy.
No, you're
According
not.
to my doctor, they now recommend it at 45.
45. There you go, people.
I got
And
mine
by the
at
way, who
18.
says that? Who says that? Somebody who's cramping in the fetal position on the floor right now, right? It's like you don't need it yet. You know, I got him.
mine
I got him
right-
early because I was dealing with some digestive issues
Me
in
too.
my mid to late 20s.
And you were just in the mood for it.
I wasn't. The first one I got, I was awake and watched it.
Oh,
First
see, that
one
was
I
a
ever got.
question I've got when the guy calls me later today.
They seem to do them all now with a general anesthesia,
Good.
usually. And
Wow.
that's the best way to do it.
Now yours is still on YouTube, right, Mike?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's right next to, what is it? Ultimate Fails.
Ultimate fail,
Yeah, look up
colonoscopy.
Ultimate Fails colonoscopy edition.
Well, I believe that'd be you eating chicken during your cleanse.
You know what? The
'Cause
worst.
that's what I'm not looking forward to is the cleanse.
The worst diverticulitis I ever got going up to see my first daughter, my first child, in college in a play. She was in what's the Meryl Streep movie that was with Amy Adams where they
Deer
played
Hunter.
nuns. It's not the Deer Hunter. They played nuns. Oh my God.
Oh, the
I
Whoopi
should-
Goldberg movie?
No, that's
Doubt.
Doubt. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's good
so
too.
And we stopped at. It wasn't Zaxby's. It was, I think it was Church's, right
God,
off
are they
the
even
highway.
around anymore?
And I don't. It was not a Popeyes. It was not a KFC. It was, and I started to hurt on the way up there. And by the time we were on the way back to Fort Myers, I had to stop in Jacksonville, and I went to the Mayo Clinic ER
That's
to get
what? I
put
gotta
on
tell you, though,
antibiotics.
that's kind of cool to go to the Mayo Clinic.
Well, it's the one that was right off the highway, so
Now,
that's the one we ended
did
up
they
going
serve
to.
mayo with the chicken?
Mayo Clinic. It's fantastic.
did you
Big
ha- do you-
sign,
do you
Hellman
blame-
sign up front.
Do you blame the chicken or the sides?
I think for a long time that fried chicken skin bothered me digestively. I could be wrong. You never know. You know what it ends up, what they're saying now about, for those of you that are connoisseurs of the digestive arts, they're saying now that the real problem with some of these digestive issues is not keeping the pipes clean, is not keeping things moving. That, what you eat may have a role to play, but it's more like just keeping everything moving no matter what you eat. So take that information and laxative away whatever you need to
Mike,
do. So,
this just in from our newsroom. You dined at Bojangles.
Oh, Bojangles is absolutely right.
Yeah.
Bojangles is where we went. Yeah, I
Might
knew
have
it
been
was
the
one of the
biscuit.
obscure ones. That
Might have
was
been the
it.
biscuit that got you.
Listen, I think that the chicken was not the factor. It was just not acknowledging the digestive process
The
enough.
urgency.
Oh,
That
and
was
I'm
just
gonna
the
throw
last
in
thing
this,
on top.
and I'm going to throw weight in too.
Yeah.
Weight is not good for that. You're pressing down on things. You got a big old fat gut around you. That's not going to help either. So I'm all for getting all the health, assistance you can. Carla, with I told her you don't need to have anything done. In my humble opinion, you don't
Well
need
played.
nothing. And I didn't do it as a play. I think she is. Carla's in her mid-40s too now, and she is turbo hot. And she keeps herself amazingly fit, and she looks great.
Maybe
she
it's
does
because
in
of
the
all these
morning
little
look up.
procedures that she's
and she
doing
gets-
you don't know about.
She's wanted to deal with. No, she's open about it because she's getting this done, and she told me. And I'm going there today, and we're going to
She
get.
comes
the whole
home
thing.
and says, I broke my nose again."
Are you gonna go in there and ask how they
"Hey,
can
what
help
is
you?
wrong with your cable? You got a bad cable up
Oh, I
there."
wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm
'cause
sorry,
we got
but
him to
it's
this
like he
point.
has been. It is like, can you jiggle cables for me?
There's a
before we
little
go to break?
something.
There's the
It's not
problem.
that.
I guarantee you, it's in the board because I had to flip a switch.
We'll
to make
replace
sure-
the board.
Okay, I can't do that right now,
Okay.
but I will.
Okay. It's like. Have you heard that when it's been happening?
I don't hear that, no. But you see, the problem was earlier today, my computer was not recognizing my board.
There it is again. What
Didn't
did you
hear
touch?
Yeah, it's. I think it's a digital problem.
Digital.
I don't think it's a. Yeah, we'll fix
Well,
it
if
after the show.
if it's a digital problem, I've got just the thing for it that he could put on right now. There it is. We have to take a commercial break. That's enough. My sincere apologies for all of our little issues today. I know a lot of you think it's really tedious, but I hope the story of me surviving the flood got you through. Turn that off. I hope that got you through this segment. Turn it up just
I
a
can't
little
wait
bit,
for
Rob.
the sequel tonight.
Oh, it's going to be very, very exciting. Very exciting. This show brought to you by Blepharoplasty. Whatever the F that is. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more fun and more thrills. This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Soul. Do you love an evening drink but hate the morning fog? Meet Soul's out-of-office microdose THC gummies for the perfect chill. Legally available across the U.S. These hemp-derived THC and CBD gummies bring that. Well, I thought we were talking about the drinks here.
I thought the drinks were this week. I guess it's gummies still.
Well, they have drinks coming. So, but we're telling you about the gummies.
That drink looks great on
What's the
your green
deal with
screen.
that, Rob?
They have not yet officially rolled out the ad campaign for the drinks, but I'm sure they'd be happy if you bought them.
When you go get the gummies, go ahead and grab a drink also.
Mm-hmm.
Get that beach day vibe without blasting you into space. Just a warm, fuzzy euphoria that's perfect for a jog, a show, or hosting a podcast. I got them here. I got the gummies. Carla, they're the gummies right here. Soul's out-of-office gummies. They're fantastic.
The best.
You'll love them, and they work wonders for sleep. Well, maybe I won't dream about floods if I take them. Anxiety, focus, helps with that too. Pain, plus they're organically farmed, gluten-free, and made in the USA. Be like Rob. Subscribe and feel the warmth anytime you like. And stay tuned. More Soul goodies are coming soon. Well, they're here. Right there.
Look at
There's
that
the drink.
teaser. Yeah.
That's it. Make it a great night every night with Soul. Head to getsoul.com and use the code TMOS for 30% off your order. That's 30% off your order using code TMOS. One last time, getsoul.com and code TMOS for 30% off, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
ordered more yesterday.
That's delish. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We start today with eggs.
Eggs?
Is there anything more expensive than buying a home these days? Yes, it's eggs. Relatively speaking. There is a video going viral online where someone shows a for sale sign outside of a home. There is the usual photo of the realtor, but then there's also an added sign, looks like it's attached above, that says, free eggs with the purchase of a house.
Sounds good.
My neighbors moved within the community, our friends, and they have one of those open houses. I did not see any free eggs special. Maybe that would have turned the tide for them. I'm not sure.
I do like a creative real estate agent.
It's wonderful. Clearly a playful joke. At least we assume. Can't always do right with that. But it's unclear if it's the realtor having some fun, the homeowner, or the TikToker. The free egg sign seems like it's lower quality than the for sale sign, but it does seem to be properly affixed to the post. It isn't just, I wonder if it's the same kind of, maybe the same kind of post I held to when the flood came in my dream.
Yeah. Was the flood like water or was it like egg whites?
I think it was water because the crabs couldn't survive.
That's
egg
right.
whites.
Yeah.
Or maybe they could. What are they? A durian. No, that's a plant. That's a
it's
fruit.
The foul-smelling fruit.
Also, the woman in the video claims she was just driving by when they saw it, but who knows? In any event, it is a funny thought and perhaps a trend that will sweep the country.
I know one trend it won't do is
What's that?
you know, when they sell houses, sometimes they like bake cookies right before you come in.
Yeah.
So the house smells homey, like cinnamon. I don't think anyone's going to be boiling hard-boiled eggs in the kitchen because the whole house will smell like a fart.
Come on in. Fart anywhere you want. The executor of O.J. I love saying or, realtor, executor, of O.J. Simpson's estate is planning an auction, and one of the items that could be on the block is his Bible. It was given to him right after the infamous white Bronco chase by his friend and attorney, the late Robert Kardashian.
Good guy.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. It includes an inscription from him that says, quote, OJ, this book will help. God loves you, and he will speak to you with his words. Read this book every day. God has a definite plan for your life. You are his child, and he will use you again. I love you, and God loves you. The auction is supposed to go down in March, but OJ's kids can file a legal objection, which would tie this all up in court. And I don't know enough about the late Robert Kardashian other than he planted the seed of those beautiful women that we see online every week, right?
All I know is that when our book Open Mic came out, you wrote the same thing to me in the
yes, the
it'll
Bible.
help.
I
God
don't
loves
take
you.
away anybody's faith because
Yeah.
I think it's fine, but it just seems to me that choose your friends carefully when it comes to that. But wasn't he one of the attorneys for him as well? Right, when he was
Yes.
going through the
And
That's
played
how
by
he made his
David
name.
Schwimmer on TV.
Kardashian.
He should have given him that book like 6 months earlier.
Yeah, before maybe he got pissed off
Do you-
and killed the
Mike,
lady.
are there any celebrities that you'd like to have their Bible?
Oh, boy. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Nope. There you go. This one. One of Diddy's attorneys
Oh, Diddy's Bible.
filed a motion to be removed from his legal team. Not good. Never good when that happens. And the circumstances seem a little dramatic. Now, this doesn't sound like an attorney. It sounds like somebody you'd see on The Sopranos. Tony Rico issued a statement saying, although I have provided Sean Combs with I'll do a real good Brooklyn. I got a buddy that I play golf with this weekend that had the greatest Brooklyn accent. And when you've got an older person that has a Brooklyn accent, they get whiny like Andrew Dice Clay. So this guy, although I've provided Sean Combs with the high level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue. Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, consistent with the American Bar Association standards for criminal justice. He didn't get more specific than that.
That could simply be a conflict of interest.
Might
Or
very
he
well
attended
be.
a party.
Yes. But under no circumstances really makes me want him to get more specific. I really would love to hear that.
Except he says based on the law or
Yeah.
like his standard, which leans me towards conflict versus the hot
That he just
story-
wants to get out
Right,
of
the
it,
hot
get
story
out
is,
from under it.
Diddy's done such bad things that I want nothing to do with this.
Well, Diddy's rich, and he still has 5 attorneys, and Rico's withdrawal won't delay the trial, which is scheduled to begin in May, and that may be, I do not know whether it's going to be televised or not, but I would imagine if it is, you'll probably see a lot of that on the
Gonna
maybe
be on,
Netflix.
I think it's going to be on Tubi.
Tubi, your favorite. Your
Now,
favorite network. With
I
all
think
that,
the reason
where all
he-
the trials are, right?
Mike, the problem was it was a conflict of interest. The lawyer, what's his name, Johnny Rico?
Tony Rico.
Tony
Under
Rico
no
went to-
circumstances.
He went to the party and he wanted to use olive oil instead of baby oil.
Yes.
And it was a no-go.
Verboten. Rob, let me
Exactly.
ask you a question.
Sure.
Can you remember that group that you and your kids were in love with, so much so that you actually went to a live kids performance, kids show, I think at the Patriot Center?
Yeah. As a
see
matter
them
of fact,
perform?
it was sadly one of the best concerts I ever went to because I knew all the songs. It's the Wiggles.
It's the question that's been burning in your mind. When will the Wiggles and Dolly Parton finally release a song together?
No.
Luckily, you don't have to wait any longer. And the Wiggles doubled down by putting out 2 new songs with Dolly. Now, listen, I love Dolly Parton. I think she does good things, and I think she's a good person. I really do. The first song is called Friends, and it's about making friends, solid messaging, and it's catchy, too. You can check out the music video with Dolly's vocals. We didn't provide it for you, but
I've got it right here.
Oh, well, then we might
great.
as well take a peek. Why not? This is Dolly Parton from the Wiggles, or
And
the
the
Wiggles,
Wiggles, yeah.
singing a Dolly Parton song. All right, here we go. Oh, there they are.
Those aren't my Wiggles.
Friends, everybody shout it, friends, no doubt about it, friends, make the world go round. Friends,
Friends.
we can depend on friends,
Friends.
someone to lean on, friends, everybody needs one, be my friend.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
Dolly
Wiggles.
not in the video because
No,
all
but
she
singing.
did was record the track and mailed it to them.
Good enough
And-
for me. Yes.
And neither are the Wiggles.
No,
Who are
those
those
are, I
people?
think, the new Wiggles. Because if you're of such an age that you were forced to watch the Wiggles, there's a great
I thought they were like Tinky and Winky, and they had
No, that's
purple.
no, that's the
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
No, Wiggles were thin guys.
But
Never
if you-
mind.
There's a wonderful documentary on the Wiggles on
Yeah.
on I think Netflix, but it's
Oh,
really entertaining.
let me set a half hour aside to watch that.
It's an hour. Mike.
I will because
But,
I grew up with my kids watching the Wiggles.
Yeah,
same
The
every
thing.
Wiggles.
day. Every day.
Wow.
But the thing
Oh.
is that they've all aged out. So they're like the richest people.
If I'm
in-
watching a Wiggles documentary, just put an M80 under my ass
I
and
have
light
the
the
M80,
fuse.
but,
Jeez.
Well, you've got something else you could stick there.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. I've got it. You don't need to get it, Rob. I got it right here. There we are.
But
Come on,
Mike,
play it.
all the Wiggles, they're like the richest entertainers in Australia. I think they're just behind Nicole Kidman.
One of those days,
They've
folks.
all aged out, but they want the franchise to continue.
Okay.
So they've hired
You
younger
mean
and more
the money.
diverse Wiggles.
The second song, I want to hear the second song more than the first. The second song is called Counting 1 to 5. And yes, it's a cover of Dolly's classic song 9 to 5. I would just be curious as to the orchestration, if it's as good as the original. That was a pretty big hit in its
Huge
day.
hit.
Do we have a copy of the Counting 1 to 5?
I believe
from
it's
the Wiggles?
downloading right now.
That's good. Both of these songs will be featured on the Wiggles' new country album called Wiggle Up, Giddy Up.
I'm on it. That sounds
That'll be
great.
released on March 7th. Oh, just around the corner.
Yeah.
Their new album will also feature Lainey Wilson, Orville Peck, not familiar with him,
Don't know him.
and Dasha. I know that person, and more.
Well,
So
Are you ready for some counting?
1 to 5. Let's learn to count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey, Greg is still with him.
Jumping out of bed over toys, you're tripping. Got yourself a bottle with milk, you're drinking. Hopping, jumping, it's the start of another day.
Almost like a DJ. Right?
Time to have a shower,
Yeah.
but you're just resisting. Won't
not
brush
a
your teeth,
remake,
even
it's
though
what
they
it
need
is.
cleaning.
They're
cute. The ladies are cute.
We didn't get Lady Wiggles back in the day.
Counting 1 to 5.
They have 3 Lady Wiggles.
The guy on lead guitar up on the stage, that's Greg Wiggle. He's a old timer.
The guy doing what?
The guy
The
playing
guitar.
guitar on the stage in blue, that's Greg.
The guy in the back that's playing it like an old
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, he's not really playing it. He's at home counting his money.
That,
Yeah,
so
he's the
is
only
that
original
a
one
real
left.
original Wiggle?
Yeah, the one that looks like Eric Bickle.
There he goes. So anyway, check out the Wiggles coming to a.
Did you
theater
dodge all
near
the
you.
Wiggle nonsense with Michael?
Yeah, we were watching Goodfellas. That's
Also
that's
good.
that's his very first film. Earlier this month, finally, thieves stole a backpack from a man, and the only reason I share this with you because the man was in France.
France.
And his wallet was inside. Then they went into a corner store and used his credit card to buy cigarettes and lottery scratch-off tickets. But that's where things get interesting. The thieves won a huge jackpot on one of the scratchers, which was worth more than 500,000 American dollars. The cashier says they boasted about the win and were so excited they left without their smokes. No one has come forward with the winning ticket yet, which makes sense because it was bought with a stolen card. And, well, I mean, if it's a scratch-off, I guess you can't get a check right then and there. You got to go down to the lottery office, just like in the States.
No, in France, it's much tighter.
The thieves would essentially be turning themselves in if they tried to claim the prize.
Right.
So here's a really French thing that the owner did.
Yes.
All right?
He made love.
The owner, he made beautiful love. Bonjour.
Hello.
The owner of the backpack that got stolen went to the press, and he's offering them a deal. He is offering to split the winnings with them if they give him back all of his stuff. He said he'd decline to press charges, and they'd get the other half of the jackpot.
Hello.
You trust him? I didn't know. He's French. So this sounds like a sweat tale. No? A sweat tale for these two thieves that
Yes,
went
no.
to. The guy has a simple explanation. This is when he got mellow.
I understand.
Without me, they would not have won. But without them, I would not have bought the ticket. I want to offer them a share of the winnings to get my stuff back, please. All right, but make sure, I hope that offer applies as long as they are not Americans. If they are Americans, they are full of poo. I say no to the Americans, ladies
If you
and
got that
gentlemen.
250,000, would you buy a lot of bread and cheese?
Bread and fromage.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Hello.
We will take a break, and we will come back with modern burger joints. They're springing up everywhere because I've heard this. Americans love a good burger. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hold on a second. Let me do this, and then I will do this, and now I can do this. There. I'm a complicated person. You know that. Even if you listen to today's show, you'll know that. Here's an example. I hate garbage, but I love rubbish. Allow me to explain. This podcast is sponsored by Rubbish. You take out the trash 8,000 times in your life, and Rubbish makes the best garbage bags on the planet that make trash day way better. Here are some examples. They are compostable, non-toxic, and PFAS-free, PFAS, and they donate 10% of their bags to charity. Plus, they have a new funny saying on the bags in every box. Can we whip one out to see a funny saying that it has on the box? I'd love to see that. So trash day is less painful and more enjoyable. Rubbish was founded with the goal of solving all of your garbage-related problems. These bags are amazing. They feel superior because they are superior. Let's see what the joke is today. We're the bag half...
Half full.
It's in front of your microphone. We're the bag half full type.
Yeah.
Garbage bag. The choice is pretty easy. You deserve the best garbage bags money can buy, so Rubbish created them. Rubbish is running a 30% off sale, and you can get an extra 5% off by going to rubbishhome.com and using code TMOS. That's an extra 5% off for a total of 35% off your order if you go to rubbishhome.com and use our code TMOS. Thank you, Rubbish. The other day, driving down, picked my kid up from a sleepover, and he's got such nice friends. I'm really delighted with my son's choice in French. Back to school today, though. No sleepovers. And we drove by, and there on the side was a restaurant called Florida Boy Burgers. Don't know whether it's a chain or a local, but then Rob came in today and said he wanted to talk about modern burger joints. I think every week there's a new burger joint that opens up somewhere, right?
And is there anything truly better? I know we've espoused the beauty of hot dogs and all good things, but man, a good burger is, I don't think you can touch it. It's
and
one
rare.
of the best things out
for my money, extremely rare to get a real good one.
Yeah.
And a real good one has to have a lot of factors for me. It can't be too big. It can't be too small. It can't be too unseasoned. It can't be too overseasoned. It's got a lot of factors to make it really, really good. Unfortunately, I think we swill down burgers in this country with really very little concern. But you are absolutely right about a good one is tough to beat, and there really aren't a lot of good ones out there, in my opinion.
think what the problem is you've got the millennials out there trying to reinvent the wheel. And I've been to places like this. I'm going to show you a video. For some reason, I got a lot of heat about this on social over the weekend. There's a place up here called Melt that is a great place for an $80 burger. They're just, they're very focused on reinventing what's already great. And this guy does a short video where he plays both sides, a customer and the burger patron and the owner. And he kind of encapsulates what's wrong with everything today.
Welcome to the Purple Goat. What can I get started for you today? Before we order, could we get some more comfortable chairs? These really are hurting my back. Ooh, sorry, yeah, no can do. The only chairs we have in this entire restaurant are these really uncomfortable, uncushioned stainless steel chairs. Okay, well, in that case, I think I'll just get the, Boogie Woogie Buku burger. All right, and how would you like that cooked? Medium rare, please. Okay, just letting you know now.
I can't listen to his voice anymore. I can't listen to his voice.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Killing him again.
And it's really slow paced.
It's
really
such
dragging
a
out.
dork.
But he makes valid points. The
Yeah, I
fact
mean
that he
they're
said-
all like weird, right? They're weird names and goofy and
one of
and
the
not
most
that
valuable,
good.
I think, insights he has later on. The waiter says, "Would you like truffle fries?" And he says, "The burger is $18. It doesn't come with fries." And he says, "No, our truffle fries are $12."
$12 for
And-
that's probably accurate too.
But
about
I mean,
that.
is there any French fry better than just a simple McDonald's fry?
There's I hate to bring it up again. You know it, you love it. I've given them free advertising because it's a regular Little League stop for us. Buckets. Let me tell you how good their fries are.
Okay.
And I'm sure they are the product you get probably from all the food distributors. When you see them on the side of the road, you see them on the highway. Cisco.
Cisco.
U.S. Foods. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the money collectors. They are the middlemen. They are the middlemen where it does not matter whether your restaurant is a success or a failure.
No.
They get paid no matter what. And they're the people. So these shoestring fries that they serve at Buckets, I call them standalone fries. If you get fries that you are perfectly content to order a single order by itself with just maybe ketchup, salt, and pepper, then that's the fry. And they have fabulous, fabulous fries. And they are, I would say, in the ballpark of the McDonald's fry.
Okay.
But, you know, even the McDonald's fry can be effed up if you've got a disinterested, lazy person. Oh, since we're on the subject of food, can I share a quick one?
Please, please.
This is after we went by Florida Boy Burger and after we drove by Pet Kingdom to get a rat for Jake the
How
snake.
big are they up to now, the rats that you're getting?
He's been in a holding pattern. I'd say the rat end to end is probably about that big.
Not with tail. The tail's extra.
Tail probably about that.
Okay.
You know? And it was open. They opened at 11. Something on Sundays, I understand the Lord's Day and all, but you know what? 11 a.m. It's like, why go in? That's when my day starts at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. It's like, come on, 11 a.m. We can stay. Who's going to be out there at 8 o'clock at night? You know, yes.
What time did you go to Florida Boy Burgers?
We didn't go. We drove by it. We drove by it. I'll give you the whole routine. Sunday morning, Josh, pick up the boy, my son, at his buddy Luke's house at 9 a.m. Hit the highway. I said, they might be up. It's pet store, pet supplies, might be up early. Drive down all the way down to downtown Fort Myers, see if Pet Kingdom's open. Pet Kingdom is not open. I'm a little frustrated, but 11 o'clock ain't going to cut it because at 11 o'clock, I got to bring him to his other friend's house where he has been invited to go see the Red Sox. Jealous. Wow. Maybe the first time in my life I was actually jealous of my son, and I would have liked to be there at the game.
You could have just went.
I know I could have gone. I could have just gone myself. You mean just picked up a ticket and gone myself?
Yeah,
yes. But I'm gonna let him have the experience.
Yeah,
down there.
Then you're that guy.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't want to do that.
I was looking. They play the Orioles on next Monday.
Next Monday? Okay. Who are they? I don't want to give. I don't want to give anything away. There are Red Sox plans for my son and I. He doesn't know about. So anyway, getting on to it. Go down there. They're closed. Just up the road, as I hit the super slab of Route 41, I see there's a KK, a Krispy Kreme. And as my son is in the back seat, I'm like, Mama's not around. Mama's slaying the dragon. She's doing some face washing to pay for that eye surgery. I am driving up, and I say to my son, I got a craving. And he knows immediately what it is.
Because of the drinking on Saturday.
Yeah.
You want the sugar
inhibitions.
on Sunday. Yeah.
You're 100% accurate with that. I pull in. Out in the front of this Krispy Kreme, this well-traveled, only one in town Krispy Kreme, is a trash bag barrel that appears to, the last time it was tended to was probably 3 or 4 days prior.
Okay.
It is overloaded to the point where there is a half-full coffee that is sitting on the edge, just sitting there, where someone didn't make an attempt to even put it in the bag.
A picture.
It is so gross, and it's just sitting there. And it bugged me.
Sure.
It bugged me because this place is booming. There are 4 cars in front of us in the drive-thru. It's a booming.
And it's Sunday morning. This is your church.
It's it's the church of the carbohydrate, which I am worshiping
Did
at.
your church, Mike, when you were going to Mass, when you were a boy, did they ever have donuts for sale outside of Mass when you left?
No, that's a Protestant thing. No, not the
it worked
Catholics.
at St. John's now, St. John's the Beloved. They did it a lot.
Well, the Catholics, Catholics lost me when they started putting Trump stickers and bumper stickers on the back of their car with, with Our Lady of Light, followed by, let's go, Brandon. That's when I lost my faith a little bit, Rob Spiewak.
This might shock you. I lost it before that.
I know, I did too. So anyway, I'm at Krispy Kreme, and when I get to the window, there's a young girl there, and I said, just a heads up, I know you have folks that probably tend to these things, but that garbage can out in front of your store, it's kind of a bad look. It's really gross looking and overflowing. And her quote to me, did I write it down here? Let me see if I wrote it down. I didn't write it down. I forgot exactly how she put it.
Okay.
She said something, I can't do anything about it. He won't care. I said, excuse me? She just said she volunteers this to me in the window.
Right.
And it's not a thing. It's a throwaway. I paid for my food. I'm going to get it. I'll be on my way. I don't want to linger for the people that are in back of me. She says, he won't care. I said, you won't care? My boss, he won't care. And I'm like, well, I'm not telling your boss. I'm telling you. And I just, do you want to talk to him? I said, no, I don't want to talk to him.
King Donut.
That's just go for it.
He'll ignore it. And I didn't have the bandwidth. I just wasn't in the mood to do that. But Fort Myers, Florida, Krispy Kreme, you are officially being called out because your lady at the window told me that the overflowing gross trash barrel out in front of your store is not a priority for the manager of your shop on Sunday morning. Now, if she's lying, then it's her fault. If he's really that kind of guy, it's time to perhaps seek out another manager. Just my opinion. That's what I thought.
I've been to a lot of them. I've never seen a really well-run Krispy Kreme.
Because they're kind of automatic, right?
Yeah,
They just
and
put
I've
them
been
in the
kicked
fryer,
out.
and that's
I've been
it.
kicked out of Krispy Kreme.
When you got in there and they were making the jelly donuts, and you and your friends down at VCU said, "Pump up the jam."
We sang "Pump Up the Jam,"
And they
Yeah.
kicked you out, which is
They
always
kicked
one of the
us
great
out.
kick-out stories with that. But anyway,
I
burger
know what you were
joints.
looking for from the girl.
Yes.
Is you would say, you really should pay attention to the appearance out front of the store, and then she would say,
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
"That's the donuts."
Or, since we are playing sound effects during this segment right here, and I tell you, everything is working just like a wonderful, wonderful oiled machine. Or she looked at me in the window and said,
That is a lie.
Wouldn't it be great if you bought donuts and your clerk was Diana Scarwitt?
or they brought the manager over without me having to ask, without asking me. And he came over to the window and said,
Ray Barboni from Miami.
Hey, all the way in from Miami. He's going to fix this place.
Fantastic, everybody. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, the favorite child. Yes, the favorite child. That'll be fun. I can't wait to talk about the favorite child. I was not the favorite child.
I don't know about that.
No, don't think so. Don't really think so. Yeah, that carried over into my relationship with my cousins, in my humble opinion. I could do 2 hours on that. We will take a little break, and when we return, not only the favorite child, but later in the program, got a lot of beautiful video for you as well, ladies and gentlemen. So you're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Can you turn that up so I can hear it? Because right now, I can't hear a dang thing. There it is. Hey, so you played the stager and everything else. Because, all right. Gentlemen, mount your horses. Vroom. The Mike O'Mara Show Kentucky Derby Party is coming your way. Join us Saturday, May 3rd at 5 p.m. at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern for a night of fun, laughter, food, drinks, and, of course, the big race. We're all coming to Jimmy's. We're going to be in D.C. All you D.C.ites that haven't seen us for a while and didn't travel to Vegas, we are going to be there in Washington, D.C., just outside in the scenic hamlet of Herndon, Virginia. All the gentlemen and all the ladies will compete in our amazing Ladies Hat Contest. Not just for ladies, for men and women. Bring your finest, flyest, and most fabulous headwear. Think big, bold, and feathered. I want the streets of Herndon to be filled with dumb hats. Fruit optional. Any hat you want. Any hat you want. But it's encouraged to wear the fancy ones. Let's get fierce. The best part, it's free. So mark your calendars. Tell your friends and RSVP now if you want one of those nice tables at Jimmy's. Reservations are pouring in, so don't miss out. See you Saturday, May 3rd at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern. And remember, don't get happy. Now, I'm off to my tailor. I need to alter my white suit and my ribbon tie. Most that's Kentucky Derby, the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Most folks love my suit because it has that real crunchy crust like some folks like. Crispy. People can call Jimmy's 703-435-JIMS or email Danielle.Jimmy'sOldTownTavern@gmail.com for reservations. Thank you, and we appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, favorite child. Were you a favorite child? Well, you were an only child, so I guess you had no choice but to be the favorite.
Here's the funny thing. Is I have 2 children, so I could have a favorite child. But I was only 9 years away from my youngest uncle, so I was sort of almost like the 9th kid. in
Okay.
that family.
The baby, the youngest.
Yeah, I was
Says a
the
lot.
baby, but a lot of times considered because they had their first Big Daddy and Grandmama. They had their first child in 1941, and then I was 71. So there was a 30-year spread. So I was sort of fit in there. But I'm curious if you have a favorite child because you have 3.
The problem I have is that I have a child that I am more familiar with because of the fact that Michael has lived with me his whole life. So I'm more familiar with Michael. I love all 3 of my kids, and they all bring wonderful things together. Michael, I love his smarts and his sense of humor. With Elizabeth, I love her smarts and her sweetness. She is sweetness. Catherine, to be honest with you, I love her courage. I love that she's got the balls to do anything, and she's just gritty, and she's tough, and she's really, really wonderful in that way. And she just there's not a challenge she won't try. She is fearless, and I love that. So they all have these different qualities that they really love. But because Michael is A, the youngest, and B, lives in my house all the time, I spend a lot of time with him and around him. It's a tough decision. As far as my sister and I,
Yes.
my sister, they were harder on than me. And my sister, I think, ultimately,
Well, because she's older, right?
she's older.
Yeah, the oldest child always gets it the
Much
hardest.
older, right?
And I
much
think,
older.
but when everybody gets older, I think they end up respecting the kid they were toughest on more. Does that make sense to you, Josh, having an older sibling?
Well, I don't have an older sibling.
Oh, you're the
I
young.
am
The
the
PhD
oldest.
is a younger one, right?
They're all younger, yes.
They're all. So you were
I'm
the
the
oldest
oldest.
one. Were they tougher on you?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
100%.
Example, what was something that you couldn't get away with that, say, your PhD
Well,
brother could?
Oh, I think it's just simple stuff. Like, I think they made me wait until I was like 17 to get my driver's license. And
Okay.
the other ones got their permits at 15 and driving.
All
So I
right.
think just delayed things like that.
As far as the
I had a
dynamic
job in
with
high
you-
school, I don't think they did.
As far as
Stuff like-
your dynamic when the family gets together now,
Yes.
obviously you are just
Not the
light
favorite.
years away from some of your siblings as far as the way you act and live your life. And I mean, we focus on the dropping of the consonants and all that. But when you all get together, is there a way? Is there a perceptible difference in the way you are treated compared to your siblings?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. I'm also having dinner with my parents later today.
So you got to be
So-
careful.
So I want to be a little careful.
I get it. I get that completely.
But I
Hey, for
don't.
dinner, you'll definitely be the favorite.
Who's closer? Are you closer to your parents than your other siblings?
So I think that I think I check on my parents more
Okay.
and check in on them. I'm the one that does all of the work,
Caretaking.
caretaking. If they need anything done,
My sister was too.
I do that stuff. But then,
Geographically, let me ask you this: who is the closest one to them geographically?
well, that's what I was going to say. Now, I think as of last year, they started living down here 6 months of the year.
so that plays a large part in it too.
No, it plays nothing at all because I see them less down here.
Really?
Than when they lived in Maryland.
Is that 'cause
Okay.
they're busy in
They're-
Florida?
They are. Yes, they are
Okay.
busy. They've got friends down here. They've got their pickleball clubs. They've got this and that.
I
They're
hate pickleball.
they're living the retired
It's sex,
life.
Rob. It's sex. It's a
Oh, it
swinging
is?
club. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're going to
So-
see them later. I'm sorry. I'm joking. I'm making a joke. My apologies. So
No, and the siblings all think that I must see them all the time. I think I went over for the 2 Raven playoff games and watched those with my dad.
okay.
But really, I haven't seen them. Besides that, I haven't seen
Years.
them since Christmas time when
Do you
everyone
think you're
got
the
together.
closest to your parents of all the kids?
I think it goes in at different time periods.
Okay.
So maybe.
And you have what?
But I'm not the
11,
favorite.
11 siblings.
My sister's the favorite.
Your sister's the favorite.
Yes.
Okay, he said that without even asking.
Is she the
No
baby?
question. Well, I have 2 sisters.
Okay.
So the one, the older sister is clearly the favorite.
The favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a particular sibling? So you have a brother, two sisters. It's a brother and two sisters. That's the family.
Yes.
And the older sister, you said, is the favorite.
Yes.
That leaves out Josh, the doctor, and the younger sister.
Yes.
Of the three, since you've already identified the favorite, who would be the least favorite?
Look at you, Charlie Chan, using process of deduction.
I don't know who would be maybe my brother, because he kind of just disappears.
Wow.
He doesn't. I know
That's
he
true.
doesn't do a good job at calling and texting and letting people
Yeah.
know what's going on in his
Too
life.
busy getting that ridiculously unnecessary education. God almighty.
I think Josh is the favorite, and he's afraid to admit it.
I'll let you know after dinner tonight.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
a good
awesome.
out. That's a good out.
Yeah.
Well done. That's the way you end a segment, ladies and gentlemen. All right, beautiful video. I don't listen. Technically,
Yeah.
the way things have gone from Leesburg today, I
We'll
do
see.
not put any expectations on this next segment, but we're going to try to share some video. Hopefully without breaking up, hopefully without clicks and groans. We'll see what happens. But we will do that for you when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. What would you, if you were going to rate it as far as chances of success on a scale of 1 to 10?
No, I would say it's the second favorite.
We all have our morning routines, ladies and gentlemen. And while TMOS is at the top of many people's morning to-do list, it does get edged out by coffee. Everybody loves it. We told you about it before. You got to have it. Something new you can brew for two. It's Charlie's Choice.
Charlie's Choice.
Charlie's Choice is available in whole bean or fresh ground. Get a one-time order or save money with a subscription and get our exclusive Charlie's Choice blend delivered right to your door. Charlie's Choice is slow roasted in small batches
Charlie's
in
Choice.
St. Augustine, Florida, and approved by TMOS. Support small business and enjoy Charlie's Choice today. Get yours at the TMOS store at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Start your day right with Charlie's Choice,
Charlie's Choice.
because it's good to the last sip.
It's good to the last
good
sip.
to the last sip.
There
Hey, I
we
like that.
go.
Some beautiful video.
Just like rehearsal.
Yes.
Cherry time.
Mike, funerals can't be spelled without the word fun. You have to put the fun in funeral, and I found a TikToker that I love, and he owns a funeral home, and he posts fun facts about funerals. Have you really ever thought about a casket?
Oh, yes.
There's lots of features you got to
I'm
know
picking them
about.
out now.
About caskets. Number 1. The casket bed is not comfortable and the mattress is really thin. What's your sleep number? Inserted in the foot end of the casket is a tube that contains the name of the deceased should the casket be displaced. The bed is adjustable, meaning that it can tilt left, right, or even be moved down or up. You probably say, why on earth would we need to do this? Well, we have to be careful when closing the lid of the casket that it does not hit the nose of the deceased. So therefore, we can lower the casket bed. A casket can be locked by using a casket key. The crank engages a locking mechanism which pulls the lid of the casket to the body. And that's your fun funeral facts. Like and follow.
I didn't know that Joel Rogers had a brother. I really didn't know. That is strangely fascinating. I found that.
They don't show you all that when you're buying a casket.
No, they don't. As a matter of fact, they were just talking about whether we wanted a real one or a cardboard box because he was going to be cremated, and we chose the temporary for display, and then they put him in cardboard, and that was all there was to it with my dad. And then I said, "Who gets the free set of steak knives?" And nobody laughed at that time.
I think I'm not so sure I like a used one because you're probably not the first one to use it.
Yeah, who cares?
No, you're not.
You're dead.
Yeah,
I mean, you're just going to, if you're going to be cremated, you really want to spend $5,000 for a casket that's going to get burned up?
Well, what if you went without the viewing? You just burn yourself up and put yourself.
The viewing
in
in the Catholic, circles is pretty big deal. But I mean, if it's not, it's a financial decision. You're saying buy the casket and burn it up?
No, I'm saying don't have a casket at the visitation. Just have the jar.
Oh, people
after.
do it that way. But I mean, if you want to
Or
have a
just
viewing,
the body on a table.
Oh, I can't.
on plastic.
If I
on a
never see,
couple of card tables
Yes.
pulled together with plastic.
if I never see another corpse, I'll be okay. I do not like an open casket funeral. The worst.
Yeah, well, I've been to since I've been a little kid, I've been going to them with my spinster aunts that were dropping like flies. There were no flies at any of the wakes, any of the Irish wakes that I went to.
But I like the fact that you can raise and lower the casket.
Yeah. Yeah, that's did you get creeped out by that like I did a little bit?
Well, what
Especially
I
when
got
they're
creeped out
turning
about
it,
is
when they're turning the body. That's
the nose makeup. And you know
Yeah.
what? He didn't need to have a mannequin in there.
No, probably didn't. I would have rather had a regular corpse.
I would love to see me in there. I just wait.
Yeah, have a technical show like this again. We might see you in there.
Yeah, tell me. I'm reading the charge. Mike, Florida. It's crazy. What if you had an alligator in your neighborhood? I believe this is Collier County. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, Collier is south of me, and that's Ritchie Ridge Zone. That's Naples.
Oh, okay.
That's rarefied air. Sometimes I'm still stunned by the wealth of that community. It blows me away.
Let's close with this then, because this guy spotted an alligator, and the poor alligator, Mike, had a football caught in his mouth.
A community in Southwest Florida spotting a gator with a football in its mouth.
Oh, that's going to hurt
It ended
him.
up getting stuck
This
there,
lady.
and residents stepped in to help the gator.
A football lodged in this
Where do you see the
alligator's
guy,
mouth
Mike?
for hours in Collier County Wednesday night.
Well, I saw on our local Facebook page here for Ave Maria that someone had made
Ave
a post
Maria.
about the alligator with the football stuck in his mouth. So I came over here. I thought perhaps I might have a little plan.
Rick's little plan was to step in to save the gator from the choking hazard.
If I could get close enough to it, I might be able to pop the football with a knife, deflate it, so the gator could then just spit it
Wow,
out and move
brave
on.
dude.
But I tried to get close to him, and he just wouldn't let me anywhere close to him. So I told the wife about the plan, and she hated it.
Cameras couldn't catch a good glimpse of the gator at night, so Rick volunteered to go check on it. He rounded the corner with his flashlight, but then he reached down by the shore of the lake.
Did he? I'm thrilled that he got. I'm thrilled that he. Yeah, see all the bites on it.
He got it.
He may not have gone through with his original plan, but he got the football either
The guy
way.
is so cool.
I know. And
Yeah.
I love
That dude is a hero. That's awesome. I love that.
and
We've
his
got
title
gators in our
is-
neighborhood.
Yeah.
I won't go out there at night.
I wouldn't even go out there. I wouldn't go out there in the day if there was a gator floating around. They're terrifying. They can drag you into the water, man.
I love that it says Rick Green, neighbor.
Neighbor, Ave Maria,
Yes.
a Catholic community down here.
Ah, great.
Where it's a faith-based area down here. You can eat. We got to take a break, and we'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Folks, if you're just hearing about it, go to the Mike O'Mara store and get yourself a lovely, lovely bag of Charlie's Choice coffee. It's available at MikeO'MaraShow.com for you right now. Don't be confused. It's simple. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com, click on the store, then you'll see a bag of the coffee, and you click on it. Some have gotten, one person got a little confused, but that's okay. We appreciate you buying it. We want to help this small business up in St. Augustine. We want to help our small business as well. So go get this delicious coffee, Charlie's Choice. I drink it every morning now. You're going to love it as well. We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow, and later on in the week, a bigger announcement than Charlie's Choice coffee, ladies and gentlemen. There's the tease. For Josh Soroka and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Shoot me.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.